Hi, welcome to Dual Credit US History A, Unit 3. This unit is really super fun because it goes through a lot of most of the things that led to the Civil War, which is in Unit 4. So I really love this unit, and I actually spent a year when I was in brick and mortar schools studying about the West, and it's really interesting to look at the West and to see how that has impacted America and to see how America is now that we don't have a West anymore. Anyway, interesting stuff, I tell you what. So, first of all, we've got the lesson 11 that talks about Jacksonian democracy. He was an interesting president, to say the least. He was kind of just a different president because he was sort of the common man. He was from the West at the time, instead of Virginia, which is what most presidents were from before him. Um, he had the Indian Removal Act. Um, there were some bank wars. There was a nullification crisis. There was a lot of stuff that happened under Jackson. Okay, so then in lesson 12, you learn about Texas and about Texas trying to get out of the United States. You learn about what all was going on in Texas. Just some interesting stuff. Fur trade happening in Texas and all over the West, really. And that just made, continued what had started with the Lewis and Clark expedition. It also, lesson 13 talks about the Mexican American War and what happened with that. Talks about manifest destiny, which was the idea that we, the United States of America, are going to own North America, and all of you Europeans just need to butt out. And we are the ones that are going to go west, and we are going to settle all of this area. And west is the part unknown, and we're taking trains to the west, and there's the train right there, and then there's some Indians, and the buffalo are scattering to the west. All the people are walking to the west. And we're taking our religion with us, and manifest destiny is a wonderful thing that we are bringing to the West. However, that also brought the abolition movement, which is lesson 14. And to start off with, the abolition movement was the idea of, okay, so now we're settling the West. What are we going to do about slavery? Are we going to have slavery? Are we not going to have slavery? The Compromise of 1850 made it so that there were the same number of senators for slave states as for not slave states. However, that was very tricky and kind of hung in the balance, and there was a line drawn that really meant nothing at the time. There was the Fugitive Slave Act, which said that slaves could not run to the north anymore. We also had the Underground Railroad, which helped them run to Canada if they can't run to the north anymore. We have Uncle Tom's Cabin. We have a lot of really interesting stuff going on in the West and going on with the abolitionist movement. And then in lesson 15, we have more sectional conflict. Like I said, we've got this stuff going on in 1850, Kansas-Nebraska Act, emergence of the Republican Party. We had Dred Scott, who went to the Supreme Court asking for his own freedom and was told by the Supreme Court that he could not do so because he was in fact not a person, and so therefore he could not sue. And that was really just the thought of the times, guys. Okay, this wasn't a new thing. This wasn't, and really, honestly, it wasn't thought of as terrible by people in the North either. Okay, this was just kind of how it was. Okay, so for the project for this unit, you need to go to my website. Here it is. And you will find out about the travel log assignment. Here it is. The year is 1850. You are going to travel around America and record what you learned in your travels. You must use 4 means of transportation to travel through 2 of the cities listed below in the 3 areas, Northeast, South, and West. And make sure that you figure out where you're going to go in your log. Now, friends, I know that right now, if we were going to do a travel throughout the United States from 1850, it would take maybe like a couple of weeks, okay? This travel, this is going to take months, okay? This is going to be a long thing, all right? Because you don't take a train all the way to the west and then just spend a couple of days there. Okay? You don't you set up some shop and you spend some serious time there. Okay? So, here are the places. Oh, first of all, I need you to choose what you would like to be. In your travels, an abolitionist, a congressman, you can go through all of that and tell me why you are taking the trip, and then tell me where you're going to visit. You need to visit 2 cities in each area. Now you're going to spend probably at least a month in each city, okay? At least. All right. People didn't just go on trips for a couple of weeks. Okay, this was a different era. This is a different period in time. Okay, so you had a lot more time to spend in each in the areas. Okay, so here are the cities in the Northeast. Here are the cities in the South. Here are the cities in the West. Okay, here are the modes of transportation. These are also modes of transportation as well. I'll make that look better. Information about traveling in the 1850. An oxen can travel 2 miles an hour. So if you're looking to go from, say, Washington, D.C. to Salt Lake City, figure out how many miles that is. And at 2 miles an hour, this is taking a long time, okay? A canal boat can travel 4 miles per hour in the daytime. A steamboat can travel 5 miles per hour. All of this situation. This is going to be a long trip, okay? So what I want you to do, I want you to discuss 2 of the topics listed below. Include a minimum of 1 drawing or sketch. You don't have to draw it yourself, okay? Of something that you have seen in the area. In the area or in the region that you visit. Okay, so you can see industrial growth, child labor, all of these things. Okay, and then here are some things in the South. Here are some things in the West. And I want you to have a lot of fun as you write your travel log. Okay, give me a lot of creativity and tell me exactly what you're doing. Okay. And make sure that you include a works cited with a description of how each source was used. Here is your grading rubric, and yes, I am excited to see these, and I'm excited to see how it all goes. If you have any questions, please contact me. Okay, don't just do it. If you have questions, contact me first. All right. I'm excited to see these, and I will talk to you soon.